touched on it a little bit yesterday, talking about Doug Kingsmore, and the players have even kind of touched on it, making this a home field advantage. How much does that matter in college baseball?
I think it matters a lot. I mean, you talk about having a strategy to control the controllables in a hostile environment being an uncontrollable. So when you play in packed stadiums and the crowd is engaged and they consider themselves an active participant, it creates a huge advantage because playing at this level, college kids 18 to 23, the crowd can create a physiological response inside of a player, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, and cause them to internally speed up. The heart starts beating faster, their breathing gets more shallow, their eyes get shifty. I mean, they just get sped up, and it happens to every athlete at some point or another, and it could be a multitude of things. Umpire making a bad call, or crowd noise. So yeah, we'll need DKS rocking because we want them to feel like they are the 10th player on the field for us.
Can you remember a time in your stops where you think you walked out of a game and go, man, the crowd made a difference today?
Oh yeah, every year. I mean, I could literally go through every season and give you examples of that. Yeah, there's numerous times. And it's real. I mean, speaking from an experience as a player to a coach, and having our, talking some of our players through it, and being able to. That's why we talk about, when we play on the road, the importance of playing well on the road, because you can sometimes take the crowd out of it. But when the crowd is into it, it's something that the opposing team makes a concerted effort to, just keep their energy on them and on each other, and really, you gotta, try to slow the game down a little bit.
I heard somewhere this is a Lipscomb regional. I think you might have mentioned that a couple times yesterday. How is it, and how willing and able is this group to buy into those sort of things? I've heard it the last week alone of things you're saying that they're just repeating, they're buying in. Why does that work? Why is that necessary to have guys that just so readily buy into that mindset and follow that lead?
I appreciate them buying into it and repeating that, but it's the truth. It's not coach speak. That's who we're playing. So.
But I mean, even past the Lipscomb thing. I mean, like there's so many things that, we all thought Caden Grice's thing was the you can call us hot, you can call it, whatever. And then I heard you say that post game. So like, there's just this give and take that's really happening down here.
Yeah. Look, the players have been, from day one, the buy-in has been there. And I think that's why we were optimistic about this group from the start. I mean, it was, we knew they were physically talented, but I think their willingness to be all in on a shared language, a shared mentality, standards of the program, this buy-in to just playing one pitch at a time, and, all of it. They have to say it and think it, but then actually do it, and they are. And as a new staff, we certainly appreciate it. And I love the approach that everyone took. I mean, the staff took the approach of, we're going to wrap our arms around you guys because we're all Clemson family and we're all Clemson baseball now, and it doesn't matter, how we all got here, but we're here. And they took the approach of, they might not have signed up necessarily for that, but they were in it now, and they were hungry, and they were driven to, have the team that we have now. And this is the potential of this group, and that's kind of how you define success, is for an individual player is, did you reach your potential, and as a team, did it reach its potential? And we're playing close to or at our potential now, which is great to see.
At the beginning of the season, you talked about several positions being open and everybody was playing for it. Once the outfield got kind of consolidated and you got things settled down out there, how much did that feed the rest of the team and getting all the pieces in place?
Yeah, I think any season, any baseball team, really any sport, once you kind of have a consistent lineup where everyone coming down to the field, knows, kind of has a pretty good idea what the lineup's going to be before they even look at it. people can kind of settle into a groove and just get comfortable in their at bats or in their defensive play, and just start to let their personalities come through a little bit. There was, I don't know how many straight games to start the year, probably the first half of the season, where it felt like we had a lot of moving parts to the lineup. I was still looking up what number the guy was, and now I know what their numbers are. I don't have to look at the roster anymore. So it's just a good feeling when you have stability and you get consistent production, and we consistently rotate the right fielder around. But even in the revolving door of that right fielder, it's been consistent because it's pretty much been the same three guys. So even though there are still some guys that are interchangeable, it's we found consistency in the lineup, and now we're finding consistent production throughout the lineup as well.
Been asking the different guys about Be a Dude the last few days. They all seem to light up and really carry that with them. What's the genesis of that, and how have you seen them embrace and thrive with that?
It's just it's a good word, when you just tell someone, be a dude. Like I say that to my 13-year-old, my 10-year-old, talk about it here, we talk about it in recruiting, like, guy's a good player, he's a dude, and so we talk about being a good dude off the field and be a dude on the field, and everybody kind of has their own interpretation of that, but I think the players light up because they know that it's that's high praise.